This is one of my favorite videos to shoot because I always feel so accomplished after I'm done, and it is about all of the series that I completed this year. This year I completed 12 series, which is excellent. 5 of them were adult, 6 of them were young adult, and 1 of them was middle grade. 1 of them was contemporary or literary fiction. 1 of them was a cozy mystery series, and the other 10 were all fantasy, which is great. In it we had 3 that were more than a quartet, 3 that were a quartet, 4 trilogies, and 2 duologies. So let's just get into it. One of the books is missing because I didn't finish it in this year, but I'll talk about that more when we're getting into the nitty-gritty of all the books that I've completed in series. So hyped! So the first series I'm going to talk about is the Crazy Rich Asians series by Kevin Kwan. It is a trilogy that is comprised of Crazy Rich Asians, China Rich Girlfriend, and Rich People Problems. And I read them all this year and I'm very excited. All of these series will have their own review on my channel, so if you would like to find out more about my thoughts and feelings about them, they will be linked down below, and some of them will be linked in the cards as well. Next, let's talk about the Yarn Retreat Mystery Series by Betty Hetchman. It is 5 books currently. I don't know if there's plans to write any others. The first book is Yarn to Go. The second is Silence of the Lamb's Wool. The third is Wound Up in Murder. The fourth is Gone with the Wool. And the fifth is A Tangled Yarn. I really enjoyed this series a lot. It was a lot of fun, and it's the first cozy mystery series that I've read to completion. It's actually one of the shorter ones that I've started too, which really helps. Next, let's talk about the Noctis Magia series by Sylvia Izzo Hunter. The first book is Lady of Midnight, then we have Lady of Magic, and then A Season of Spells. This is probably my favorite fantasy trilogy right now. I love it so much, and Sylvia Izzo Hunter is Canadian, which is an add as a bonus. Then, let's talk about Thessaly. So again, another fantasy trilogy. This one is by Jo Walton, and it is based off of Plato's Republic. The first book is The Just City. Then we have The Philosopher's Kings, and then we have Necessity. It is so much fun, and if you like philosophy, I would highly recommend it. Next we have Juliette Marillier's Seven Waters series. It is technically 2 trilogies smashed together. The first trilogy is Daughter of the Forest, Son of Shadows, and Child of the Prophecy. This trilogy I preferred over the second one. And the second one is Heir to Seven Waters, Seer of Seven Waters, and Flame of Seven Waters. I read this series as part of April Sarah's Seven Waters read-along, and it was really fun, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. On into YA. So first I want to talk about probably my favorite duology of the year, and that is Seraphina. So it includes 2 books, Seraphina and Shadow Scale, and they are just so much fun. They are super political, which I really enjoyed, and they bring a lot of aspects of dragons that I hadn't seen in other fantasy, and dragons of course are one of my favorite things in fantasy, and I would highly recommend these books. Then we're on to the Read Tortall read-along, and for this I completed 4 different series, and they were all rereads. So the first series was Song of the Lioness, which is 4 books. The first one is Atlanta, the first adventure. Then we have In the Hand of the Goddess, The Woman Who Rides Like a Man. And finally, Lioness Rampant. I absolutely adore all of Tamora Pierce's books, and this is a really great series. It's the first one in the Tortall universe, and yeah. Then I read many people's favorite series within this universe. That is The Immortals. Again, another quartet. So in this one we have Wild Magic, Wolf Speaker, Emperor Mage, and The Realm of the Gods. It was cool. It's not my favorite in the series, but I definitely did enjoy reading it for the second time and would recommend it. Then I read my favorite series, The Protector of the Smalls. Again, a quartet comprising of First Test, Page, Squire, and Lady Knight. I would say that this quartet is the least magical out of the ones that I've read so far, so I really enjoyed that, and also highly recommend it. Then the final thing that I read for the Seven Waters read-along was the Daughter of the Lioness series, which is comprised of 2 books, so it's a duology. We have Trickster's Choice and Trickster's Queen. This was formerly my favorite series in it. I love crows, and crows are a big part of it, but yeah, absolutely adored. The final YA series that I read was a quintet? Yeah. And that is The Air Chronicles by Cinda Williams Chima. That is heavy. So again, like a lot of the other books, it started off as a trilogy. So the first book is The Warrior's Heir, is The Wizard's Heir. And the third book that makes up the original trilogy is The Dragon Heir. I loved those ones. They're my favorite. The 2 that were added on I didn't like as much, and they are The Enchanter's Heir and The Sorcerer's Heir. Overall, I did love this series. I'm not going to pick it up again because it's really heavy, so here's my hand, but I would highly recommend it. The final series that I finished was a middle grade, and it is the Westmark Trilogy by Lloyd Alexander. He is one of my favorite authors, and I think he is fairly underappreciated. So the first book is Westmark, the second book is The Kestrel, and the third book is The Beggar Queen. It is a very political series, which I really enjoyed, and the writing's really good, and it's just super fun. But yeah. So those were all the series that I finished this year. Again, I think it was a really good year for series, and I want 2019 to be an equally good year for series. These books are heavy. My arms are getting a little tired, but I hope you've enjoyed hearing about all these series. If you liked any of them, please let me know in the comments down below. And if this inspired you to pick up any of them, also let me know that. Big shout out to April Sarah yet again for hosting those 2 read-alongs. They really helped me get a lot of reading done this year, and I had a lot of fun while doing it. But that's all I have for this video. The next video in this series that's going to be coming out is going to be series that I continued or started in 2018. So it's going to kind of be a preview of some of the things that I want to get read in 2019, because I do want to finish more series during this year. But until then, we'll see you next time.